Alright guys, welcome back to part 6 of Coffee Talk. The previous episode we got the vampire back, or the model, Hyde, who was being a bit direct to the influencer, Lucas, who basically is in charge of a YouTube channel to do a fashion, lifestyle, and he wants to change direction completely, and but his team is arguing that that could risk losing money, his audience might not like it, etc. Which I understand. I went into some detail regarding it. It is what it is. Good video last time. We gave Georgie his lighter, but once again, he has left it behind. He believes it's his good luck charm. So God knows what bad luck he's going to have next time we see him. So I'm not going to read the intro for today's newspaper. I've read it in the last video, so let's crack on. There's something missing from the drawer. Oh? Did I misplace it? Looks like bad weather again tonight. Does it? It was lashing down the past few days. I don't know about in the last video, but it definitely... I can't see it. It's not raining now, is it? So let's hope it doesn't bring bad tidings. I don't know. I think it's a very nice colour scheme. Bailey's. Is this that guy called Bailey? I haven't seen him in a while. Lou. Oh, it's okay, so they're getting married. Well, I think it's lacking something. So they're talking about their wedding, I believe. They're getting married. It's too dainty. So these two obviously are, I want to say interracial, interspecies couple. And he's giving up his family, who he doesn't like. And she's like, was worried that he would regret that decision and blame her. Before we get into this whole situation though, let's check out social media. Let's go to programmer. Gala. What the hell? Is that him holding a cat? Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright, he's a spaceman. Let's go to stories. Here we go. Riona. Bad traffic at Yale Street. Avoid. I could really use a good cup of tea right now. Come on in. I'm gonna like that because I need that £5.50. Lucas on like how to make your timeline more fun. 3,000 likes. God, I have tons to think about every day. Okay. Aqua. It's something. What? It's something scary how so many things come into factor, and as you make a decision, it shouldn't be all that hard, right? Consider everything is my advice. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. Let's crack on. Dainty? What would you like then? Red, black, and purple? That wouldn't be the worst. She is purple, isn't she? Ish. Yeah, then why not? But do you have to commit to it? It takes... sorry, no take-backs this time. Belle. He's getting fed up before changing her mind. I don't know. Maybe. Let's take a break from the topic. I only have time for a quick drink before I go back to work. And it's not like we're going to decide now anyway. But if we don't decide on anything and it drags out, you don't get nothing done, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the problem. How are we supposed to plan this wedding? If we keep postponing every choice we need to make. Yeah, it's a good point. Hey, INSANEBRIT, what do you think? Pale green, lilac, and daffodil yellow, or red, black, and purple? I don't know what daffodil is. I have no idea what that is. Which is yellow, so some kind of yellow. I don't know. Or red, black, and purple. Red, black, and purple seems somewhat demonic, depressing, devil-themed. You know, like it's a funeral. That's what I think of when I think of those colours specifically. I would say pale green lilac. At least they're light colours and they're not offensive. And when you look back over the years, you won't think you was going to a funeral. You know you was at someone's wedding. Unless it was something like, I don't know, a Black Sabbath wedding or Ozzy Osbourne's kind of thing. You know what I mean? I would go with something like pale green, and that's in lilac. So, not offensive. But I don't put INSANEBRIT on the spot. No, it's quite alright. It's just that I wouldn't know. This is your wedding. Your options, sorry, your opinions matter, not mine. It's a good point, but I like to give my insight. Trouble is, we don't know what our opinions are. And when we think we do, we change our mind. It's like the centerpiece. Oh please, can we not talk about that now? I really thought we'd agreed on a cute cottagecore ones? Cottagecore ones. Okay, I don't know what that is. The ones you spotted on Tamagotchi. I mean, they were your pick in the first place. They were, but they were also too expensive. We have to be realistic. But weddings in general are expensive, especially when we want to have 200 guests. My God, I thought this guy wasn't inviting his family anymore. Wonder if I'm going to get an invitation. That's a low blow. And to be honest with you, I don't want to go to a wedding. Hell no. Keep me out of it. I can't just disinvite my extended family. The key word is extended. Do you even know half these people? That's a good point. You should have been. You're talking realistic in prices and everything, and you're trying to be like that, but at the same time, you've extended to X, Y, and Z amount of people. You can't really do that. You should have thought about it before you did that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. That's not the issue. If I invite one of them, I have to invite them all. Ooh. I agree and disagree with that. You know what I mean? You could have invited your mum, your dad, your sister, your brother, your grandma, maybe your favourite cousins and friends. There could have been about 50 people maybe. You know what I mean? And just say, look, we can't afford a massive wedding, so we have to constrain it. You know what I mean? Because you can't afford everything like that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Just the way it is. It's like a domino effect. Besides, they'll be paying for part of a wedding. Well, that's fair then. That's a good point. That's a very good point. I still don't think they should. They should. I can pull my weight. Oh, I see. I kind of understand that. What would it be? Normally, it's the father that pays for the wedding. That was traditional. I think now, more or less, let's face it, if the parents put something towards it, I think obviously the couple have to pay, you know, the modern times they would pay X amount to it, you know what I mean, themselves, let's be honest. So he's like, look, I'll pay my fair share, they don't need to chip in. Well, if they're paying, then you can't not invite them, you know what I mean? Let's be honest, let's be fair. But like I said, you maybe could have limited it. I don't know. That would have been a smart thing to do. But whatever. If we have to, I'd rather we have the beautiful things you like. Now, again, that's what I said before. Bailey doesn't give a shit what's there. As long as she's happy. He'll just show up, say his words, and have a wife. You know what I mean? He doesn't really care what colours and this, that and the other, but a decision still has to be made. Even if it means we have fewer guests. There you go. Well, if my family's not chipping in, we might not be able to afford either. Yes, okay. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't want our wedding to just be a random meal with a bunch of people we're not even that close to. And I said I'll make sure we can afford a dream wedding. Or die trying. I don't want you to. I don't want to. Saved by the Bell. Good God. That's work. I really can't linger. So she got a message from work or whatever. I think I have to drink. Oh, I'll have that drink now, INSANEBRIT. We don't do, like, what do you call it? I can't remember what they put in coffee. Ugh, whatever. Of course, what can I get you? Something that will make keep me awake. Oh, okay. I still have work. My head hurts. I was gonna say rum and coffee, something, you know, with some alcohol because you're stressed out. My head hurts. I don't know if caffeine's the best thing for someone with a headache. Someone asked me this the other day. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comment section if it's good. I don't think it is, but whatever. So she wants something to keep her awake. So I guess a strong coffee would be good, and with a nice spicy kick to it. Okay, so she wants a spicy coffee. Any preference in the spicy kick? No. Any strong coffee with spice will do. Okay, so we can go coffee, spice, right? Where's the spice thing? Ah. And then the spice thing. Sweet. Cinnamon's supposed to be the spicy thing, isn't it? You know what? I'm gonna have a look at the thing. Because there was a spicy thing before, wasn't there? That was TiVo. And if cinnamon was the spice aspect of it. Okay. So we've gone coffee. She wanted it with spice and keep her awake. We could go double the spice though. I don't know if that's going to be it. Give me a second. Let's reset this. And go coffee. Let's brew it, let's see what happens. Damn, cinnamon coffee. Well, here we go. Here, what do you think of this? Let's see. That's not... Oh, damn it. Oh, never mind. I'm not in the mood for another conflict. Another conflict? Damn it, I should have put double coffee and then the cinnamon. Is that how you see our conversations? Another conflict? Lover's tip right here. Wedding's off, dude. How else would you call it? I'd just say... Well, I wouldn't say it's a conflict. I mean, he's trying to resolve an issue. It's not a conflict. You have to come to some conclusion. It's a reality. 2 days away, 10 weeks away, 5 months away. You got to make a decision. That's not a conflict. It's a reality. We're not exactly in perfect harmony. Well, that's... Yeah. Well, it's not for the lack of trying. There you go. It isn't. Hey, you're not the only one trying. Yeah, well, you're being annoying because it's like you want all these people to come. On the one hand, you're trying to be realistic with the prices. At the same time, you've over-invited everybody, and even though they're paying, it's like you haven't made a decision on anything. So what do you want to go? You either have a load of people and have a cheap wedding, or you have a semi-decent, expensive wedding with less people. You know what I mean? Unless you got someone who's going to provide charity in a place where you can, you know, holding. I mean, what you want to? For example, I could. They wouldn't take it. Obviously, it's not a very nice place. But could you imagine if they held the reception here? I'd get a lot more business. Whatever. 200 people though, that's crazy. Again, I don't, so she's being unrealistic that way. You got she ain't even made a choice on X, Y, and Z, and then you got the overcrowding or the over inviting people. So, you know what I mean? He's trying to be honest about it. Again, he doesn't care, just show up. So it's getting frustrating when you've not decided, and you've seen she's indecisive with whatever she's picked. So, come on. For our blood's sake, will you two stop? Hyde chiming in. He ain't even met them, has he? Or maybe he has in the previous game. Now I'm going to need something real spicy to cover all the bitterness. And I'd love to serve it to you, Hyde. Okay, that's weird, dude. If Bailey's doesn't want to order, that is. Hyde, sorry, I didn't hear you come in. Yeah, I know. You were too busy doing whatever you were doing. I'm annoyed I got her coffee wrong. I should have just went coffee, cinnamon. Hey, Hyde, go ahead. Get yourself a drink. I can wait. I'll stick here for a while anyway, until Lou properly gets off work. Alright then. Did you hear me, INSANEBRIT? Spicy is the name of the game. Any preference in the spice or base? Just make sure it's got a spicy kick of something, then double it. Okay, so he wants double spice. Okay. This should be. Now, we had a spicy tea last time, didn't we? Let me check the thing. So I'll do it spicy for him. Make sure it's pink spice, hibiscus, milk, and cinnamon. Did he have that last time? I'm not too sure. I'll put hibiscus and double cinnamon. See how that works. Is ginger a spice though? I don't know what ginger even does. See, sweet is sweet. Yeah, I know. I think I did this before, didn't I? I don't even know. I don't trust it. You know what? I'm just going to give him... I'm going to trash it and go with what the other one, which I know, just to get it right. So hibiscus, milk, and cinnamon. There you go. I was feeling adventurous tonight, so here goes. Are you kidding me, INSANEBRIT? What did I tell you about blood-coloured drinks that taste like hay juice? Oh, shh. Oh, damn it. I'm very sorry. As I said, I've only had one hibiscus drink I've ever liked. And this ain't that. Oh, god damn it. You're a difficult pain in the ass. But never mind. Back to the lovebirds here. Your family's troubles have sorted themselves out, yes? Still on the marriage track? Fuck you, Hyde, you're an annoying bastard. Yeah, we are. We definitely are. Not getting too bored? No, Jesus Christ. Hyde, you pessimistic. He's in a mood, isn't he? Turns out planning a wedding is, well, suitably entertaining. That's one way of putting it. Can't wait to be at the marriage stage of it, to be honest. Could you sound any less enthusiastic? Your breakup right here gonna ensue, and Hyde's gonna, like, edge it over the top. I already want to punch him in his face. Hey, here we go again. Good to see that some things don't change. You brought the thunder with you, Hyde? And such a dramatic backdrop too. You should start serving popcorn INSANEBRIT, yeah. I'd be more enthusiastic if we didn't fight about it every single time. Ooh. No, I'm not engaging with this right now. I've got to go to work anyway. Right. And I'm going to have a drink. Bye, INSANEBRIT. See ya. I'm such a shit stirrer. Ugh. What can I make you, Mr. Baileys? I think something warm, sweet, and comforting, please. A hot chocolate, perhaps? Yes, chocolate with honey and milk. Yeah, nice. Good choice, dude. At least he tells me what he wants, and then what the hell is that? That looks horrible. Milk, honey, chocolate. Ugh. I do art. Pour milk. What the? I can't even. It says push up, and I can't even do it. What's going on here? I don't know what I'm doing, so. It's awful. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Oh, I see. You can. I see. Okay, reset. Well, now I can't even do it. Whatever. Goodbye. Serving it. Here's a chocolate with milk for you. I put honey in it, right? Oh, it does smell soothing. But the taste is not what I hoped for. I put honey in it, didn't I? It's almost there though. I'll drink it out. Oh, for God's sake. Are you sure? Yes, don't worry about it. I thought I put honey in it. Yeah, what am I doing here? I can't even get this right. Should just quit gaming, quit making coffee and retire. It's ridiculous. This is why my business isn't doing so well, and I earn about 15-20 quid a day. I don't get the fucking coffee right at all. I hope Lou didn't get too soaked. You do care a lot about her. Of course I do. She's just an indecisive bitch. Then why all the fighting? He's trying to resolve problems and she's just delaying the factor and making it difficult. That's what it is. What can you do with someone like that? What, do you wait till the very end of like, well, we're a week ahead, like before the wedding. Have you decided? You know, come on. You tell me. This wedding is bringing out the worst in us. Since we sorted out the situation with my family. You mean since you cut them off? Well, there you go. At this point, cut both families off and just have a day with yourself. Yeah, since I stopped talking to their judgmental faces, Lou and I haven't thought about anything. There you go. Until now. Every time we try to organise this thing, it's like we become different people. Let me ask you something. At this point, I would just say, you pick everything you want, don't involve me, and I'll just show up. Literally. And then it's solved, and then you've picked everything, and I don't give a toss. I know that shows that I'm being disinterested, but at the same time, you're not deciding on anything. Go ahead. What do you want from this wedding? To get married, to show up, I bet he says. Get married and that's it. Doesn't care about anything else. How do you mean? It's not complicated. Well, it isn't for us. I'm just asking what you want. If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Lou is there, but that's about it. That's not a bad start, in truth. But if you don't have specific expectations, Why don't you just let her do what she wants? But that's what I said. Haha. Haha. You make it sound so easy. Well, it is, isn't it? I want her to have what she wants. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. But she doesn't know what she wants, and that's the problem. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tamagotchi. You see? So she's liking things in X, Y, and Z and trying to implement it here. But she's flip-flopping. Every wedding picture she's pinning online, all the places she finds cool, all the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all that, to have a special day. I'll be honest with you, he's being a good boyfriend or future husband here by picking up all these nuances and trying to implement them and trying to come up with something, and she's just being a bitch. But every time I make a suggestion, she won't hear of it. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. I'm tired already, I'm not even involved in the wedding. Is it too much, too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding, good point, just because I'm estranged from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves. A proper princess wedding, well, that's going to cost a lot of money. Why not just delay it, save up for what you want then? That's what I would do. Even if it took 3 years to do, I'd be like, fuck it. Just get a big budget, a budget you know's going to thingy, and then at the time, start buying stuff and doing all this stuff later on. I know you don't want to wait and all the rest of it, but I don't know, man. It's weird. Like, if you're worried about money, then you'll have to save, or you'll get a loan, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You're remarkably presumptuous, young man. Mr. Hyde. No, that's alright. I know Hyde helped Lou back in the day. If he's got something to say, I want to hear it. Good, because I was going to say it whether you like it or not. I told you he's right up the nose, and he's like direct and a bit of a dick, but sometimes you've got to hear these things. We see it earlier in the previous video where he spoke to the fashion guy. Here we go. Here we go. I was like trying to calm him down, say like don't piss him off or cause trouble. But this Hyde we're talking about. You're sitting here going on about everything Lou should want. As if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone, no, especially when you love someone, you should never presume to know what they will need. Lou is the only one who can tell what Lou wants. But that's exactly the problem. Exactly, she's not saying what she wants. Or she wants what she wants, but then she's saying it's too expensive. I could say I want X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be able to afford it or what, you know what I mean? I'll be like, no, it's too much. I want to say I want a new television. I'll buy one for 10 grand. Guess what? I ain't fucking doing it. I ain't got that kind of money. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not spending that kind of money on a television. You know? There's a difference. Wanting and able to are two different things. When I ask her, she always says she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. It's not going to help if you pressure her. With 1,000 suggestions a minute, well, or if you try to force her into some sort of princess wedding just to make you feel good about yourself. We've got to make a decision. But what if we take so long, but we reach old age? And we're still not married? Well, there you go. At this point, I'll just let her, just wait for her to make a choice. And don't pressure her then. And I don't know. If there's not a date set, I don't know. I'm not even too sure how far along they are with it. If you reach old age and you're still together, married or not, I think that counts as a win. That's a good point. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on your skewed idea what Lou's wedding should be. He doesn't care, he just wants to get married. Sounds pretty sad to me. Well, he doesn't care about it. He's like, well, he cares, but he doesn't care. Like, if you said to me, hey, what would your wedding day look like, Perry? I'd be like, I don't give a shit. She'll probably wear a white wedding dress because that's just the way it is, right? What she wants to wear, I'll be in a suit. It'll be in a church. Say your vows. Sign documents. Some songs will play. I don't really care what they are. And then there'd be a reception, and and some people dancing, and I don't, you know what I mean? It's so basic, but it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It's very and if you want to go like a cheap version of it, you go like at the office where you get married. I can't remember what they call it. The registry office. And have a small reception there where it's all officially done, and it's cheaper if you haven't got the money for that. The rings will be involved. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't really, If you want to be very specific and say, oh, you want a horse and cart, a chariot or whatever, taking the bride and you away or something, then yeah, that's going to cost X amount of money. It's up to you what you want and what you can afford. Like, come on, like it doesn't really care. It's as long as she's happy is my point. I can see where he's coming from, but again, he's trying to make things, but price or not price, but she's just indecisive. I think she feels probably a bit selfish for going for certain things, thinking we can't afford it. But at the same time, if you never make a decision, where does that leave him? He's like, fuck, I really value your advice, Hyde, but I don't think you're giving Lou more time. I don't think giving Lou more time is going to cut it. I'll sleep on it for sure, but I really need to find a way to move this situation forward. I can't believe I fucked up so many coffees today. If you say so. So he's suggesting leave her to it and whatever. But if you've got a deadline, then that's going to be an issue. Anyway, Lou told me you're a model. That sounds like fun. Good fun. It used to be. Oh, being handsome and rich used to be fun. Now it's just not. Get the fuck out of it. But it isn't anymore. No, too many parties, too much money, too many beautiful people around me. Modelling gets old after a while. Now, don't get me wrong, I suspect it does. I thought you were having a good time in LA. I was. So many drugs. Until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contract with the agency just in case. But there aren't many modelling jobs to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? That's a good point. Go back to my... What? Mafia the Wolf Buddies, of course. I'm confused. Huh? Come on, I'm obviously kidding. Are you? I wouldn't go back to them. I'll go back to being chased by them, for God's sake. Besides, I checked in on them, and everyone I used to find entertaining is retired now. Meanwhile, their grandkids managed the whole enterprise. Like it's some sort of startup. Are you seriously talking about the Mafia right now? That's for me to know. And for you to wonder about. Mr. Hyde likes to play a little guilty as charged. I can't help it when I see the earnest face. I have to tease it, for God's sake. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with me managing things like a startup? That sounds like a pretty efficient approach, right? You young people. Impatient in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. Some people have the luxury of time. Some people don't. And if your expectations or situations is reliant on other people's time, then it becomes more important. You know what I mean? You don't want to keep people waiting, whatever, And time is money, as they say. So, depending on what you're doing, I want them done right. Okay, fair enough. Maybe you should go in to slow fashion. At the same time, I would say, like, if anything, like so I could give you, if you started to say, and again I'm gonna throw it back to me, say a YouTube channel, and you did it, and then like I gave you all the X and Y Z opinions and views that I know of, you would have an arsenal of knowledge, right? But if you didn't, like I didn't know anything about YouTube, and you build up slowly, and I'm not perfect at YouTube. It's like you're making mistakes. I've made mistakes, will continue to make mistakes, and you got to learn from them, whatever. And it's like, you know, you got all the time in the world kind of thing. I don't know, like, so you can afford to do that. Not everyone has the arsenal to do it. You know, so some people, my point is, some people wait around and try and get all the tools, where other people will just try, fail, and try again, you know, like what I've done. And he wants it to be right. He doesn't want to get things wrong, so he's not worried about efficiency. He's more worried and timing. He's worried about quality, you know. And if you know what you're doing, fair enough. Or fine arts, I will. What? If you paint with oils, they'll take some proper time. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago. Jesus Christ. But my style isn't trendy nowadays. Of course it isn't. Too much Rosho lighting and putting blue in skin tones. It's novel. Isn't novel anymore. Ugh. Blue in skin tones. Weird. If you're insinuating that you're a Rembrandt, shh. If my mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. You're always joking around, Hyde. But for all that, you don't sugarcoat your advice. You're a pretty great listener. I hope you also have people who listen to you. That's a good point. I'm moving here to be closer to them. What was that? Nothing. Oh, he uttered it under his breath, huh? I believe your phone's ringing. Ah, it's Lou. She's done with work for the day, finally. In a hurry to leave here, Mr. Bailey's? No, not at all. But I am looking forward to going home and keeping bickering. That seems a bit weird, doesn't it? The way it's written, and keeping bickering. It would be keep bickering, but whatever. I think it's time for a truce. I really want to hug my fiancée and spend a nice moment with her. That sounds like wisdom to me. Let's hope it gets us somewhere. Thanks, Hyde. And thanks, INSANEBRIT, of course. Have a good night, Mr. Bailey's. Mr. Hyde, will he go home? What was that about the mafia and modelling and fine arts? Are you generally considering a career change? All I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. Yeah, I know old man Georgie said the area is safe. And it's a bit of a pile of junk. But it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story. It's quite a story indeed. But I'll make it short because it's getting pretty late. Damn it, my joypad's gonna die. I got the car many moons ago, back when Gala was my bodyguard. That's right, he was a bodyguard. I had been stuck in Seattle for a while, working in and day out. At some point I decided that I needed a proper break. But you know Gala, he's a bit of a stickler for the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job, not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? Ah, you know me well, INSANEBRIT. Some friends and I decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual thing. I waited until Gala was sound asleep. Then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet Hyde shaped and snuck out of the hotel room. For God's sake, there was only one problem. Gala was my chauffeur as well, so he couldn't drive. He had your car keys. I see, he had my car keys. And I wasn't able to poke the bear wolf. Sounds so I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could find. I only intended to keep it for a night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and I, we drove to a lovely spot with a view. For the sort of action which I admit might appear ambiguous from the outside, but to me was very enjoyable indeed. We were right in the thick of it when suddenly we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gala, the wolf himself. He peers inside and he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of freeze, and then he says, "How dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde?" Oh, brilliant. Opens the door and tosses my dates outside. Holy shit. Mr. Hyde, you're not winding me up, are you? Oh, INSANEBRIT, I wish. Wait, I can't remember, is he straight or is he gay? I can't remember. Whatever, either way. Sorry, it still sends me to fit just to think about it. He Prince carried me out of the car, if you can believe that. That's a conscientious bodyguard if I ever heard of one. That's funny, man. Right, truly earning his yearly bonus. I didn't even have a chance to explain the situation. At least not until he removed my gag. Oh my god. Gala acted like he was angry, but in reality he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, whom I had to pick out of the grass. Poor Gala. INSANEBRIT, I see where your allegiances lie. Oh my god. Personally, I say poor me. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. I bet you didn't, but I couldn't be angry at Gala even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. He didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, no. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that's before he's discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere. In a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my car keys back. I got stuck with that old thing you can see outside, and the worst of it is you can believe it. I decided as a grand gesture to chauffeur him around in it. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end for whatever reason. My car collection has some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. I must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over, and it's very banged up. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. That's funny as hell, man. You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Mr. Hyde. Sentimental? That's what you took away from that story? I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny the conversation ever took place. That's a good story though, man. Still, the rain has stopped and this is my cue to go. Before I lose all my remaining cred. Hope the car is safe and sound. So do I. And INSANEBRIT? Yeah, I bet he says, don't tell this story to anyone. Nah, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Mr. Hyde. Wonder what he was going to say. Looks like that's it for another day. And a safe journey home. That cat didn't come back, did it? From like 3 videos ago. A couple of those longing for deep slumber. Bedchamber. Damn. Monday, September 25th, 2023. Let's see what the headlines say. The rise and fall of Woodstein box office, a brief history. Sold out replica astronaut suits experienced extreme increase in sales. That's funny because we've had like those two people and that guy's sister coming in with her spacesuit on. First wave of visa applications to Europe rejected for failure to include passport signatures. Okay. Weird. Unusual headlines. Guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very much enjoyed that story about Hyde. Interesting situation with the wedding going on. I'm more on the guy's side at this point, because at the end of the day he just wants to get married, and she's being indecisive what she wants. Does it cost enough? She's being cautious, but again, nothing's decided yet. He's trying to get something decided so we can at least move forward with it. And I like Hyde's input as well, but I also liked his story at the end. That was hilarious and an entertaining one. It doesn't seem like the kind of story he would come out with, but it is what it is. And of course, Gala being his ex-bodyguard, which I think is kind of funny as well, because I forgot about that aspect of it. You know, I just remember from the last game. Anyway, guys, I'm not too sure. Again, I'm annoyed that I don't know if he's gay. I think I'm just gonna assume he is. If he was like talking about guys or girls, I mean, regardless, the story was funny anyway. But anyway, whatever. I'm not too sure if he confirmed that his sexuality, or maybe he's bi in the previous game. I don't know. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.